What are you up to?
Busy looking through all of our new samples we've had delivered. So we are going to sniff them all and work out what ones we like the most and what ones we could use them for, and then we're going to test them all and see what they're like when they burn and see what they're like once they're melted and everything. So it's quite exciting. As you can see, we've got lots and lots of little bottles to go through.
Yeah, we had 50 samples arrive today, didn't we?
We did.
Of some scents that we're going to try. They're for autumn, winter, Christmas, and there's just a few others as well, aren't there?
Yeah, just a few different ones to just try out. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Our coffee tin.
That's right. Our first round of testing, what we do is we get the little samples like this, and we simply sniff them, don't we?
We do.
We just sniff them. What we have to do, though, the first thing you have to do is just clear your scent. clear your nose with a good old whiff of coffee. And we do that in between each one as well. So we'll sniff that first just to sort of reset our senses, give them a sniff, and then we'll sort of grade each one, put them into which categories we're looking for. And then
we can test from there, can't we? Then we can make the ones that we like the smell of on cold. We can then move on and test all of them first. And then we'll go back and test the ones that we weren't keen on cold through, or from the bottle, and then we'll test them as well and see what they're like once they've been made.
Yeah, so the ones that pass our initial sniff test, we will make some melts up, won't we? So out of each one of these, you can probably get 2 or 3 cozy pods. Yeah. So we'll test those up. We'll make those up and we can test them ourselves. We can get some family and friends to test them as well, see what they think.
Yeah.
And then we'll score them, don't we? We score them with scent throw, how long they last, intensity, you know, the strength of them as well.
What sort of room to be used in as well, because some of our family have bigger rooms, really large rooms, and some of them have small rooms, and we try them in all of different variety of not only warmers but also room sizes as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll test these out in electric warmers and tea light, and just to make sure that everyone we produce, whichever ones we do end up producing, will have the best sense through, and we can advise you on what type of warmers to use them in and what size of rooms, etc. So you get the best from them. So at the moment we use these heart-shaped moulds to create one of our products, and what we do is as you've seen in probably other videos, we pour the wax in each one of these, wait for it to set, and then they have to all be popped out. And as you can see, there's quite a lot. And this is a particular product that we sell a lot of. We sell these in gift boxes. So yeah, and also there's quite a lot of other wax melt companies that sell a similar type thing. So what we want to do is actually create something really unique to us, something which is also scalable, that we can scale up and make as quickly as we possibly can, but also keep the quality there and make sure that they are absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own molds and make our own wax melts from them. So these little things we thought looked absolutely perfect. These are little decorative glass pebbles that you can buy from the range or B&M or somewhere like that, and these are great. So imagine these are wax melts. You know, you can pick some up, you can drop them in your warmer, or you can say mix up a couple of different flavors, and then if one particular scent is overpowering, you can always add a couple more in. They're nice and small, they're quite versatile. So what we're going to do, I've been to Wix this morning and bought some supplies, and we're going to make our own molds. We've got our silicone here, which we can mix together, and what we're going to do is this board, I'm going to chop to the right size. This wood here, I will then cut a frame and stick to the board, so that'll be our frame for the mold. Then inside that frame, onto that flat piece of wood there, we will super glue loads of these all next to each other, and I've bought quite a few of them, as you can see. And once that's all done, we'll then pour in our silicone, and once the mold is set, we can then peel it off, and then this big, quite deep baking tray will set the mold in there. And then what will happen is we'll simply be able to get a jug of hot wax and just pour straight over the mold, and we'll be able to scrape off any excess wax. And then once that's set, we can then just tap the bottom of the mold, they'll all fall out, and then we can pour them again. And all this excess wax around here we can use for wax melts and various other things. So that's we've seen this elsewhere. A company in the States do a very similar thing, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to give that a go anyway and see what it's like. And we've got some little similar to this in terms of obviously not this size, but this kind of, you know, this nice white box. We've got 10 centimetre cube boxes arriving, and that's what we'll do. We'll fill each one of those boxes will be a different scent, for example blueberry vanilla, and then all we have to do is pop them out of our mould, fill that box up with blueberry vanilla, seal it up, put a sticker over it, and then it's ready to go. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and release those in as many scents as we possibly can as well, and we'll be able to put together some kind of offer like 3 for 2 or something like that. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what we're doing here. So we're actually making our own mould and making wax melts which will be unique to us in terms of shape and everything. So yeah, we're not sure what the price is going to be, we're not sure what the name's going to be, but we're going to give it a go.
How are you getting on here, Paul?
Yeah, good. So I have made the frame for the mould, and you can have a look now. I'm currently super gluing all of these little glass bits in place, and then what we'll do is once this is set, the silicone will then mix up and then pour it into here, and then once that's set we'll then be able to peel it off, and then that will have the imprints for our moulds, and we'll make a few of those, and then the silicone mould will sit nicely into there, so then we can literally just pour the wax over. Then we can use one of those rubber squeegees just to push off the excess, which will fall into the tray. And then once they're set, we can lift the mould over, give it a tap, and it'll just fall straight out. So
Lovely.
this will speed up the process quite a lot. So yeah, now it's just the tedious task of making noise and hope that they stick to the wood.
Oh, we'll find out soon, won't we?
Yeah, once this is, I'll give it an hour and tip upside down and see what happens.
Oh dear.
Okay, so we think we might have made a bit of a mistake with our mould. I didn't realise this until actually after I'd super glued them all onto the mould itself. But these, if I can open the tub, as you can see, they sort of curve outwards and then inwards. So when these are stuck down, you can imagine, and the silicone is poured on, you can imagine the silicone is actually going to go almost sort of underneath it, so these are going to be like stuck inside. So not exactly sure how it's going to perform, to be honest. We'll be able to get them out, but when we pour the wax in, obviously that might be a bit more tricky to get out. So I've poured, as you can see, I've poured some silicone on anyway, just to test it. I mean, I'd already stuck them onto the board, so we've poured it on anyway, just to see how it comes out. But what we are going to do probably instead is create another one of these moulds to test, and we're going to use either like Scrabble pieces, so they're nice sort of squares, because of course they have a flat bottom, flat top, and they're square all the way around, not sort of curvy like this, or flat heart shapes, which again are just like wooden hearts. They're flat on the bottom, flat on top, and have a square edge all the way around, a flat edge all the way around. So that could actually make it, which basically means that when you pour the wax in, it'll just fall out when it's cured, as opposed to this, which might actually be a bit more of a challenge. But anyway, we'll test it out. These are all poured, and we just have to leave it to cure now for, I think it's about 8 hours. So later on this afternoon, we will pop this out and see what it's like. It's our first time trying this, so who knows how it's going to turn out. It might be full of air bubbles. I've tried to shake it around. As you can see, there's quite a lot of air bubbles on top, but that's okay, because that's where they're supposed to be. What you don't want is the air bubbles inside the mould itself. So yeah, we'll check back later and see what it's like.
Right, our mould is all set now, and Paul's ready to pull it off and see if it's worked.
Yeah, so this was the frame around the edge, which I've now taken off. This is obviously still quite stuck down, so I need to pry it off. This is the first time we've ever done one of these, so no idea how this is going to turn out. But we will try and take it off and see what happens.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yeah, fingers crossed indeed.
It's very sticky looking.
Yeah, it is. This is as expected, really, when we said that it was going to be stuck
Around the pebbles.
around the pebbles. I think that's what's happened. Yeah, this hasn't come out very well at all, I don't think.
Right then, Paul, what's the verdict?
The verdict is this first attempt is now going in the bin.
Oh dear.
And we'll start again using the little heart-shaped pieces that we said earlier on. Because the problem is with these, as I said, because they curve under, and didn't really think about it at the time, as they curve under, obviously the silicone has gone underneath it, so when you pull it off, it's just trying to rip through it, and it causes a mess. So this is going in the bin, and we will try again.
What is that one then, Becca?
How's the scent testing going, Joe?
Really good. Got me coffee.
So you have a whiff of that in between each one.
Try not to show you the names.
Which one's your favourite so far? You've only tried a few, haven't you?
I'm not saying what one's favourite. Not allowed to give any away.
Correct answer. Are you Rebecca? You having fun?
What are you drawing, Becca?
What are you drawing? Is that Arnie Tamer?
Is that the scents that they should have next month?
Especially the biscuit.
She has no idea what you're talking about.
Rebecca, do you want to smell? You smell one?
You have a smell.
What does
Is
it
that
smell
nice?
of?
Is that nice? What does it smell like? What
She's not sure.
does it smell like?
What is it, Becca?
I thought you were going to say strawberries then. It's
Isn't
everything,
true.
isn't it?
It's usually strawberries.
Have you been getting on this morning?
Good, done lots of pod restocking. And now we're waiting for a delivery to turn up to get some more pods restocked, and then we'll be ready for the weekend.
Yeah, so we're right up to date with orders now, aren't we?
We are, which is lovely.
We've got a handful to go out this afternoon,
Yeah.
and then we're ready. It's always a good feeling going into the weekend with all the orders cleared off, isn't it?
It is, it's a fantastic feeling.
So then we're all up to date, which is good. Okay,
Oh, that one's going to be popular.
is that going to be a popular one?
It's nice.
Right, we'll crack on with scent testing, and we'll wrap the vlog up. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.